Hello everyone, Cousin here, and in this video, I'm gonna be solving Wordle number 1300 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for January 9th, 2025. So let's get this video started with Wordle number 1300. I'm gonna start with the word lymph. Alright, all the letters are grey, so let's guess a completely different word. I know I didn't use any of A, E, I, O, U, but just want to try something different for one day. So yeah, use the Y instead, which is a semi-vowel, if you consider it. Um, Now what word should I go with? Um, Maybe um crate. Let's try that. Or maybe trace is a bit better. Okay, did not matter whatsoever because both C and T are not in this word. But the other letters, R, A, and E, are yellow, so they go somewhere else. It could be EAR ending, or it could just be ER ending with an A before. I feel like this is more likely. Hmm. It could be something like Baker. Let's try that. Okay, I did predict that it'll be something A something ER, but it's not Baker. And I'm not sure how many possibilities that you can come up with um in this pattern. Not sure about that, so hmm. Oh, wager. I feel like this is not a bad guess, because it's one of the most, well, for now, it's the most obvious word I see. So let's try wager. It's not wager, but I did place the W, so it could be waver, it could be wafer, or wafer. How do you pronounce this in English? Wafer, wafer. Okay, whatever. Let's try this word. And that is today's Wordle answer. All right. So I got it in 5 tries. It's not too bad, I would say, because there are technically lots of words that follow this pattern. Something A, something ER. So it's normal to take more tries, take more attempts to guess the word successfully. But I eventually got there. Got today's Wordle answer wafer in 5 tries. This is Wordle number 1300. Let's now move on to New York Times Sudoku. Again, today is January 9th, 2025. Let's start the hard difficulty Sudoku for today. These sevens point down and this cell sees another 7. So in block 8, the digit 7 is forced into this cell, and in block 6, 7 is forced into one of these 2 cells, and these 7s point left. Okay, in column 6, the digits 4 and 6 point up. So now look at block 2. The digits 4 and 6 are missing, and they can only go into these 4 cells. Both 4 and 6 in block 2 can only go into these 2 cells, so in order to fit both 4 and 6 into block 2, I have to make these 2 cells reserved for 4 and 6. So this 4-6 pair eliminates all other digits from these 2 cells, meaning that the other 3 open cells in block 2 contain 1, 3, and 9. 1, 3, and 9. Alright. I can also do a bit more with this 4-6 pair here, is that we know that both of these 2 cells lie in the same column, which are in column 5. So no other open cells in column 5 can contain 4 and 6, which means that this cell cannot be 4. I can force the digit 4 into this cell in block 5. And these 6's point down. Actually, I can just fill out column 4. The missing digits are 1, 3, and 6. These two cells see this 3. So for column 4, this cell must be a 3, and leaving behind a 1, 6 pair. Okay, this 1, 6 pair means that the other 3 open cells in block 8 contain the other missing digits, which are 2, 5, and 8. 8 is forced into this cell, leaving behind a 2, 5 pair. Alright, now in column 5, there are 6 open cells left. We have a 4, 6 pair, as well as a 2, 5 pair. So that is 4 out of the 6 missing digits, which means that these 2 open cells, not involved in the pairs we found, contain the remaining missing digits of column 5. So they include 1 and 9. Because we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8 in the column already. So these 2 cells are down to 1 and 9, which makes the other 2 open cells in block 5 a 2, 5 pair, but this cell sees 5. So I can place 2 and 5 like this. Okay, these 5s point down. Another thing that I see is that in row 9, 5 is a missing digit, so it has to go somewhere in this row. But these 3 open cells see another 5. So in row 9, the digit 5 is forced into this cell. Because all other open cells in this row see another 5, so the only place for 5 to go in row 9 is this cell. So I must put a 5 here. And then 5 in blocks 4 and 1 are in these cells. Well, it's either like this or the other way, but you get what I mean. Now in row 9, 1, 2, and 6 are the missing digits. This cell sees 1 and 6. So 1 and 6 go into the other 2 open cells, making this a 2. Okay, this 3 points up, and this 3 points right. So in block 3, the digit 3 is forced into column 9. And then these 3's point down. Okay, we've got a similar thing going on. This 2 points right, and this 2 points up. So in block 3, the digit 2 is forced into column 9. Jeez, that sound outside. Don't know if you hear that or not. Alright, and then these 2's force the digit 2 into one of these 2 cells in block 6. Okay, I see it. In block 4, the missing digits include 3, 5, and 7. So 3, 5, and 7 have to go in 3 certain cells in block 4. And look, these 3's and 7's force these 3 digits into these 3 cells only. 3, 5, and 7, these 3 digits can only go into these 3 cells. So in order to fit 3, 5, and 7 into block 4, I have to make these 3 cells reserved for 3, 5, and 7. Because once again, these 3 digits can only go into these three cells. So I have to make them reserved for 3, 5, and 7 in order to fit all three digits into block 4. So this 3, 5, 7 triple eliminates all other digits from these three cells. So you have the 3, 5, 7 triple here. Now, there's 2 points left, and 2 cannot be in the 3, 5, 7 triple. So in block 4, the digit 2 is forced into column 2. Okay, another interesting thing I see is that no matter if this is a 1 or 9, it joins with the 2 to form a 2 and to form a pair containing 2 and this digit. Because if this is a 1, then it points left, making 1 go in one of these two cells in block 4. If this is a 9, then it does the same thing. It points left, making one of these two cells a 9. So my point is that because both 1 and 9 cannot go into this 3, 5, 7 triple, both 1 and 9 cannot go into the triple, and these are the only two digits possible to be in this cell. So it points left and joins the two to form a pair of 2 and this digit. So my point is that, okay, it's either 1 or 2 or 9, which means that there is a missing digit which goes down here. Because this 3, 5, 7 triple makes the other 4 open cells contain the other 4 missing digits of block 4. So these 4 cells are down to 1, 2, 8, and 9. This cell sees 8, and I've just proved that these two cells cannot contain 8 because these two cells contain 2 and 1 digit from 1 or 9. So 8 in block 4 is actually forced into this cell. And this cell is the other 1 or 9. Well, that's really interesting over here. So I'm not sure if the term of this thing over here, do you call it a virtual pair? I'm not sure. I've heard of that before, but I'm really not sure about the official term. But you could think of it as a virtual pair, but um, the most important thing is that you know what's going on over here. Is that this digit here ends up in one of these two cells. So these two cells contain this digit and 2, which means that 8 cannot go into these two cells, and 8 also cannot go into the triple. So in block 4, 8 is forced into this cell. Hopefully, I make it clear. Alright, and these 8s point up, and this 1-9 pair makes this a 6. Or I could have, wait, I could have just placed the 6 from the very beginning the whole time. Like, I missed this 6 the whole time. Okay, so these digits are all given from the very beginning. So I could have placed this very early on, but I didn't see that. Apologize. Yeah, apologies if you've been screaming at me to place this digit. Um, well, at least I see it now. So um, okay, this cell. Okay, did I miss this? Because this cell sees 3 and 5. So actually, in this triple, 3 and 5 go into these two cells, making this cell a 7. And then 7 in block 1 is forced into this cell. This cell cannot be a 7, so in block 6, 7 is forced into this cell, leaving a 1, 2, 9 triple in row 4. But actually, this cell sees 1 and 2. So it can only be a 9, making the other two cells 1 and 2. Alright, in block 6, 1, 2, and 8 are the missing digits. Oh, but this cell cannot be a 2. In column 8, the missing digits are 3, 4, and 8. This cell sees 3 and 8. So 3 and 8 go down here, making this cell a 4. But actually, this also sees 8, so I can place the 3 and 8 like this. Okay, this 4 comes back, making this a 6 and this a 4. In block 1, the digit 4 is forced into one of these two cells, and these two cells form a 4-5 pair. As you can see in block 1, the digits 4 and 5 are missing. These 4s and 5s force both 4 and 5 into these two cells only. So in order to fit both 4 and 5 into block 1, I have to make these two cells reserved for 4 and 5. So this 4-5 pair eliminates all other digits from these two cells. Now, is there anything I can do with this 4-5 pair? Let's just think about it first. This 4-5 pair makes the other 5 open cells in block 1 contain 1, 2, 6, 8, and 9. 1, 2, 6, 8, 9. And this cell sees 1, 6, 8, and 9, so it must be a 2. Alright, I'll go a bit slower, and I'll use this method for easier explanation. So this cell sees, or cannot contain, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. This cell cannot be 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, meaning that 2 is the only digit that is possible to be in this cell. So I have to make this a 2. Otherwise, if I don't make this a 2, let's say 2 goes here, then this cell would end up being empty. Like, I can't put anything here. So I have to make this a 2 to avoid empty cells, right? In Sudoku, we cannot leave cells empty. So I have to put one digit into every single cell. And 2 being the only possible digit into this cell makes this cell a 2, because it can't be anything else. And to avoid empty cells, this must be a 2. Alright, then in block 3, the digit 2 is forced into this cell. And it makes these 3 cells 3, 8, and 9, because they are the missing digits of block 3. This cell is 1 or 9 for the row. Okay, there is a 1-9 pair in column 1. In this case, in column 1, there are 2 open cells which only contain 2 certain digits. So to avoid empty cells, I must keep both 1 and 9 in these 2 cells. I can only do 1, 9 or 9, 1. Because I can't leave these cells empty. I can't have empty cells. So to avoid empty cells, I must keep both 1 and 9 in these 2 cells. So this 1-9 pair eliminates all other digits. Okay, sorry, I said that the other way around. This 1-9 pair makes... What am I saying? This 1-9 pair eliminates 1s and 9s from all other open cells in this column. Okay, sorry, my mouth went a bit muscle memory with the other way of interpreting a pair, but this 1-9 pair, in this case, eliminates 1s and 9s from all other open cells in this column. So this 1-9 pair makes the other 5 open cells in this column contain 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Wow, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not sure if I can place any digits immediately, but I will keep an eye out. Alright, these 4 cells contain 1, 6, 8, and 9. 1 is forced into one of these 2 cells. 6 is forced into one of these 2 cells. 8 is forced into one of these 2 cells. And 9 is forced into one of these 2 cells because this cell cannot contain 1 and 9 because of the 1-9 pair. So this cell comes into play. Oh, it does see 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't know how I missed this. Okay, it sees 1 and 9 from the 1, 9 pair. It also sees 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8. So 6 is the only possible digit which can go into this cell, so I must make this a 6. Otherwise, the cell would end up being empty, so we don't want that. I have to make this a 6. Alright. And then these 6s point down to force the digit 6 into this cell in block 7, which makes this 1, 6, 1. 1 is forced into this cell in block 6, which makes this 9, 1, 9, 1, 9, 3, and 1. Alright, that chain reaction was quite satisfying to watch. Okay, the digit 3 in block 3 is forced into this cell. I can also place the 2 and 8 to complete block 6, which makes this 1 and this A2. Okay, this cell sees an 8, so I can place 9 and 8 like this. 9, 8. These two cells contain 5 and 9, but this cell sees a 9, so I can place 5 and 9 this way. These two cells are for 4 and 6. But this cell sees a 6, so I can place 4 and 6 this way. This cell now sees 5, so I can place 2 and 5 this way. 2 and 3. These two cells are down to, well, one of them's a 1, so 1 goes into this cell, and this Sudoku puzzle is complete. Alright, I finished today's New York Times Hard Sudoku in a bit under 18 minutes, so I would say the Sudoku puzzle is mostly, well, it's actually difficulty, I would say. I mean, the concept is straightforward in terms of hard Sudokus, but I could see it being tricky. I'll go over the key spots as a quick summary. So, yeah, towards the beginning, the 4-6 pair in block 2, which also works for column 5. So this 4-6 pair up here, which gave us the 1-3-9 triple, the 1-6 pair down here, and completed the majority of the middle 3 columns. Well, at least the markings. So, yeah. And then there was... the 3-5-7 triple in block 4. Like, that was quite useful and quite key, in my opinion. Because in block 4, this 3-5-7 triple made the virtual pair over here. Not sure if that's the official term, but whatever. Which is that after finding the 3-5-7 triple, these two cells could only contain 2 and whichever digit that went into this cell, which are 1 or 9. So these two cells, the combination is either 1 or 2. I mean, either 1 and 2, or 2 and 9. And no matter what, 8 could not go into these two cells. So that forced 8 into this cell in block 4, and a lot of things just collapsed. And towards the end, I think the 1-9 pair in... Well, the 4-5 pair in block 1 and the 1-9 pair in column 1 helped complete the Sudoku, because it made this a 6. Well, first, this 4-5 pair made this made this cell a 2, and then the 1-9 pair in column 1 made this a 6. So I would say that really helped end the Sudoku puzzle. So I think that's all the key spots. And I would see this Sudoku puzzle being slightly tricky. But yeah, hard Sudokus. So well, I hope that I've explained everything I needed to for this Sudoku puzzle clear enough and deep in detail. So yeah, I hope you understand everything in this Sudoku puzzle. But if you have any other questions or difficulties, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'll be glad to reply you. Hopefully this video helped. Today is January 9th, 2025. In this video, I've solved Wordle number 1300 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for today. See you all next time. Bye!